Today, Accra was taken by storm by what started on social media as just a hashtag. It was seen in flesh and blood on the streets in Accra. And Felicity Nelson is one of the conveners. She's joining us in studio. We're also expecting Afrifa to join us. And Speaker Ado is also here. He's a change advocate and social and developmental change advocate. Gentlemen and lady, welcome. Good morning. How are you doing? Felicity, you're tired?
Yeah, very tired.
How did it go yesterday for you?
It was absolutely amazing. You know, it was so touching to see the message of Fix the Country resonate with so many people, because for a lot of people, they thought it was just a social media movement. Only people online could resonate with it. People just tweet and go back to sleep. But yesterday, Ghanaian young people especially, there was old people there as well. Kudos to them.
Right.
But we saw that young people were ready to, you know, they want to see change. They want something better to happen in Ghana.
How does it feel to know that a simple hashtag of that nature could garner a lot of people like that? The numbers that came up, was it what you were expecting?
Honestly, it was beyond my expectation, you know, because I've never organized like a protest or anything to this scale in my life.
Right.
So our expectations were very low, to be honest, and it exceeded our expectations. It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing to see that something that started on social media has transcended the social media space, and that's why we wanted to go underground, because we wanted to ensure that people who are not on social media, people who are not literate, people who don't have money to buy data, can also get involved in the conversation.
Right.
So for us, it was so important for us to have the protest.
Speaker, you are a social change advocate, developmental advocate. In the mix of development, this started as a hashtag. It's been on for about 3 months.
Yeah.
The sustenance of it and the numbers you saw yesterday, are you able to marry the two?
Of course, and good morning to our viewers. I would say that the power of technology played a critical role in this. Secondly, has to do with the adjourning issues that came with it. Felicity was picked up. There were legal issues. Talk of the Ghana Police Service, their involvement, and some of the things that they did. It gave it that momentum for the whole hashtag to pick up. Then crowned it with the death of Kaka, who was supposed to be part of them, about the group. And everybody got involved. Everybody started talking about it. Everybody asked, what is this issue about? Why is the Ghana Police Service trying to use the legal framework to prevent a group of youth to go out there and demonstrate, especially on the back of the fact that the president says everybody is supposed to be citizens, not spectators. So whatever is going on within my immediate and even extended environment, I am supposed to be able to talk about these issues, use the appropriate measures, appropriate lay down procedures to be able to voice out. So I believe that it was one of it can be one of the biggest, compared to, as I said the other day, compared to the Doom Summer Stop, especially when it was premised on social media, issues that are very, very relatable. Because when you saw the placards, Johnny, people talking about education, people talking about roads, people talking about the review of the 1992 Constitution, people talking about issues that you and I, each day that we step out, issues stare at us, that we feel that in other jurisdictions, they are better off, and our co-equals are taking advantage of a well-structured system. Talked about the governance structure, the public administration system. Yesterday, there was a lady who came out and said that the movie industry is dead. Then I was taken aback and was like, wow. People are not just looking at it from the economic point of view.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, the talent, the skills that are deposited within the youth, they feel that the avenues have not been created enough for them to be able to utilize all these things. So it also brings about the tolerance level, as seen before, that this government is also tolerant. Probably now they've given room. It's also given us the fact
government
that
have an option, really.
They don't at this particular
and I would
point in
ask
time.
Felicity what the status of the court cases are, but
yes,
they don't have an option.
They don't have an option as it stands now, because this has no political colorization. These are different interest groups that came together to say that yes, indeed, Issues are going on. Let us tackle the issues. We are going out there to voice out. Probably, I've listened to some government communicators and political party watchdogs and said that, oh, this didn't hit the nerve of government. It wasn't purposive, it wasn't targeted. Because when you look at the issues, there were varied of issues. Everybody talking about his or her personal issues according to what you are going through.
Right.
But regardless of it, Johnny, regardless of it, it has awoken a sense of responsibility in leadership as it stands now.
I see. Okay, the Chair Free Fire is joining us. And yesterday, you'd have seen him in his red beret, red shirt with a khaki, and he had a boot. Yeah, 2 boots there. Okay, Teacher, welcome. How are you doing?
Johnny, it wasn't just a khaki, it was a torn khaki.
Torn khaki. I saw that. The people were focusing on that one.
Yeah. And that is.
How did it get torn, by the way?
Good morning to those listening to us from Fire India. But let's put this on record that it was a torn khaki.
Okay.
It got torn at the demonstration grounds.
Okay. So you didn't wear a torn khaki from home?
No. When I got there, the people were trying to carry me. They were forcing, and you know, khaki is not. It doesn't have any elasticity.
Right.
So it got torn. When it got torn, then they said, "Nana, media need focus on baby artino and the from them." Say, come on. That is the more reason. To me, so mono na me say no more. Now say it is a revolution time. Anything you wear, it is allowed. Let us move. Then I saw it ginger the people.
I see.
Now they are sharing that thorn khaki. What they are refusing to understand is that it speaks volume and the message out there.
Which is?
That bad leadership and bad governance cannot let somebody like me even buy a proper khaki. The people of Agbogloshi, the people from Bomfachiase, the people from Asantiaguna, Wamuni Katunya Atete. Me na me represent to me so me dia nate. Say na sebi o memo papa oho emranche ne maba wanya adwuma ya. Johnny, anka branche de se me yeda na mka ki trote. Enti ade no ye ka no. It simply goes ahead to confirm that yes, bad leadership is in the country. And you see, in as much as this is happening under Kufuor's leadership, it is successive government for the last 30 years problem.
Okay.
Johnny.
Compounded problem.
Yes, compounded problem. We keep on electing leaders who are not in touch with reality and in touch with the people. Now, let's take you back a little bit. From 1992, J.J. Rawlings and his cronies, after 79 coup, which they said they were going to sanitize the system, they came back in 81 for a state capture. That wasn't a revolution, it was a state capture. Now we call for a proper democracy. Johnny, in 1992, a group of these people sit down, do a constitution for themselves and not the people. Or Dr. Niebechara, Ebeye 40 years. Obewi and the pension pay, Koku Nebra the Penu Timinito. Teacher pay Petit Bomfachiase. Obechara dia 50 years. Obewi and the pen went to me fanyawe.
The Togobe.
Now ya traha mancrophobi say. Omona ye first class citizens of the nation. And for that matter, every 4 years they go on retirement. And the next day they resume to work again. What kind of system is this?
So yesterday you were out there, defied the odds, and someone would ask after the demonstration, what's next? Because you didn't present a petition, as is characteristic with most demonstrations. You addressed the masses. Some of them spoke. I was broken when I saw the late Kaka's daughter speak as well. I was broken. But after the demonstration, Okatechi, what's next?
Johnny, we said we were not presenting any petition to anyone except the people. How many petitions have been petitioned to the presidency? What have they done? Have you seen this document? I intentionally brought it.
What is that?
It is the Constitutional Review Commission report, the Professor Emeritus Albert Kojo Commission report.
Right.
It has been lying down since 2011. What has been done about it? The solutions to the problems of this country, about 80 to 90%, is in this report. So if they want any petition, they should go back to that report and start implementing the recommendations of the report. We said we were going to tell the ordinary people.
Right.
Free 1992 a substandard governance. Papa. Omo dada propaganda ne do so chance omo ye adwuma nkasa. Yes, we are a developing nation. And for that matter, we want to be like America. We want to be like UK. And we are supposed to do what they are doing. Yepo they are lucky. We are not supposed to do any extreme thinking. The templates are there. We are only supposed to fail it.
Copy and paste.
Copy and paste. And so the America 4 year BI yenyebi. The UK 4 year BI yenyebi. UK 4 year kwanya, they sit down, they plan and do a road that will last for about 30 to 50 years. Yeah, sapete kwanya beto ba ni agina so near the sapete road no so ama wa yes bo nsema me ni abo nsema mo. UK 4 year sa enshoto ya na hokroko. Yes, yeah, gatasa. America for tenase no ma ye a drainage system or mutimi collecting so no cross treated them or manfo. Yeah, dear, tenase for the past 40 years, capital city that be enshoto anafaye. Yeah, gata near be gata so near sa to ball a gumana yama then show fire. And these are the things we are saying, sir. Johnny, the time has come. We need a long-term binding, participatory, continuous national development plan, which no party can deviate from it.
But then again, you have your NDPC, you have your assemblies, you have all those developmental change agents there. What haven't you said before?
And before you come in,
what haven't you said before?
National Development Planning Commission. In 1994, 2 acts were passed: Act 479, Act 480 of Parliament. Okay. It made the NDPC an advisory body,
right,
which has no legal temerity to be able to prosecute any government if they do not go by any national plan they come up with.
Right.
So we are calling that this time around we need an independent NDPC that has the legal boss. That if any government does not go by what they come up with, they can prosecute that government.
Let me go to Felicity. Felicity, so what are you saying now that hasn't been said before? Everything you're saying now has been said before.
Well, the very idea that I still have to say it today is an indictment on leadership. So if the argument can never be, well, we've heard this before. If you heard it before, if it has been done, would I be saying it today? If people have spoken about bad roads for the last 20 years, and I'm still talking about bad roads today, leadership has not been listening for the last 20 years. It is not that I am being repetitive, it is that they are refusing to listen. If they had fixed the bad roads, there'll be nothing to speak about. Are any of the issues that we've been highlighting untrue? Are they false? When we say that there's schools under trees, is it not true that there are children who are going to schools under trees? When we say that there's a lot of light off in the system, is that not true? When we say that there's water shortages, people open their taps and water does not flow through it. When we say that there's high unemployment, is it false? So the main thing that we need to focus on is the veracity of the claims that we're making, not whether or not people have been saying it for the last 10 years, 15 years, 20. It doesn't matter. The point is, I shouldn't have to sit here and say these things. Leadership knows, because when they're coming into government, when they're campaigning, they tell us all the things that are wrong. They tell us about the dollar rate, they tell us about the exchange rate, what the things they're going to do to fix and how they are capable.
Right.
When I start speaking on it, then the question is, why are you speaking on it now? If you knew that you could not do it, why did you promise to do it?
So you started this hashtag 3 months ago. Yesterday you had the demonstration. Okatiche calls it a revolution. The president of the state, whose attention you have been trying to get, has not given you his attention. In between last 3 months up until now, even yesterday when the president spoke, he has not breathed a word about fix the country. How does that come to you from a president who says, be a citizen, not a spectator? You are trying to be a citizen, but he is not addressing you.
The thing is, I'm not in charge of what the president does. I can continue trying to get his attention, but the reality is that the ministers have spoken on fix the country. MPP communicators have spoken on fix the country. You know, government spokespeople. So as far as I'm concerned, since he has cabinet ministers who have spoken on it, he's very much aware because they're supposed to brief him. He is choosing, therefore, not to address it because I guess in his head, if he addresses it, he thinks that he's given us some level of oxygen. So he's not even going to address it because they've been dismissing us all this time. All this time it's been like, oh, this little group, who are they? Until yesterday, where they saw the numbers and they thought, okay, this thing is beyond social media, it's beyond Felicity, it's beyond Okatechi. It's not about us at all. It's actually about the people. And the people came out in their numbers to show that they're not happy with the way things are going.
I'll come to you, Okatechi. I know you are itching to speak, but speaker, let me come to you.
I would have added something very little to Nanado's attention.
Okay, right.
You see, Nana Addo is not in touch with the people.
How do you say that?
Let's be very honest.
Why do you say that?
I am a fanatic of Akufo-Addo. I campaigned for him in 2016. He is a huge disappointment. I have said this. If Nana Addo indeed was in touch with the people and father of the nation, the solution to the Fix the Country demonstration was very simple. Almost starting so in the first place, for the past 10 years, Yehusa Ghana Mranti and demonstration development of this nation. There be a on social media. So when you realize that the Ghanaian youth are becoming interested in national development, the best thing you could have done, Johnny, is say, thank God. Finally, the youth are awakening and they want the problems of this nation to be solved. It's Mumra demonstration, me president, and I want to meet you guys. What I am 77 years old. By logic and by nature, and she be a media meko. O mine ye momo dia. Some most men fix a country na mate. A free na de kon yema bi ana ma adwene ma so kura ma adwene abaso. A free na de kon me wo position someone me kan and me babedru ye me hunu say the picture is different. I am doing all I can to solve the problem. But monso mumwa mi anye. Munko fie we are carpenter near wadaro ma yiwa kuma mu na ye niye. We are mason near yiwa kuma mu na ye niye. We are fitter near yiwa kuma mu na ye niye. You take this opportunity to address the youth.
You think the president missed that opportunity?
He's missed the opportunity to whip up sense of patriotism in the youth.
I see. Speaker, so it appears that political parties, I mean, we've been stuck with NDC and MPP. They all know the problems when they are in opposition. They speak about it, they diagnose solutions for it. As soon as you give them power, everything fizzles away. It be some juju or what?
Johnny, we've created a system, a political system whereby any political party wanting to transmogrify into a government probably doesn't even conduct a neat assessment, no kind of academic literature reviews to inform whatever policies that they intend to bring about. They mount the political platforms at the expense of the people over there, listen to the people, per road, then the person promises, when I come 10 kilometers of road, we are going to fix it. So, just there and then, they just make promises. If the NDPC's 40-year development plan has had any legal backing from Parliament, an EI or an LI, compelling every political party within the next 40 years that when you move into government, the things that we have set thereof, education, agronomics, international relations, education, health, these are the roadmaps. What we have is what we anticipate.
Okay.
Come and give us the roadmap, the strategy.
Okay.
Come and give us the cost estimate.
Okay.
And there's human resource that you have, that you believe that we should believe in you, but not party B, that we have the men.
So a Ghana dream sort of.
A Ghana dream, a Ghana plan that is shared by all.
Okay.
Johnny, not just political ideologies. I'm a socialist, I'm a capitalist. Those ideologies are no more functional.
Okay.
Even the West are kind of moving away from this. What do the people need?
Right.
What do the people want? How progressive is this ideology going to move forward? So you see, NDC will come with a different political, a different policy. NPP will come with a different policy, thinking that probably they are doing it in the interest of the people. But when you go down to the people that the policy is meant for, whether they are supposed to help in implementing the policy, whether they are supposed to benefit from the output or the outcome of the policy, they don't even understand the very tenet of the policy. So they are not in touch with those policies.
Right.
So what I am just calling for, the 40-year development plan is sitting down there.
Okay.
This constitutional review, when you see the preamble, it says that moving Ghana to a more progressive country.
Absolutely.
If we are supposed to legislate among it and just say that when you come, do this, we don't need any manifesto from any political party.
Okay.
Go according to the NDPC's 40-year
the Ghana plan. Felicity, let me give you a final word. 1 minute and 1 minute for Keteche. We'll wrap up.
Okay, so
What do you say in closing?
I just want to Sorry, I just want to respond to something. It's not that we lack policies.
Okay.
Policies are not our issue. We have policies, we have laws.
Right.
A lot of them have become suggestions. The government and successive political parties, they know what the issues are. For example, the NDC in a recent election, they had what they call the People's Manifesto,
That's
which
right.
I assume means they were engaging, they did town halls around the whole country and gathered all the issues. So it's not because of that. It's due to lack of political will.
Right.
It is not due to the fact that they lack policies or they don't understand what the issues are. They know about schools under trees. Why have they not addressed it? They don't need me to come and point it out to them for them to know. Did Bawumia not go and give tables and chairs
That's
when
right.
he was in opposition?
That's right.
So this is not a new issue. It is not an issue that he's unaware of. So at what point do we say they don't have the policies, they don't know? They are very much aware. When they go and campaign, they go door to door across the country, the length and breadth of the country, so they see what their issues are. They're choosing to ignore them because there's no level of accountability.
So for you would have wished that because candidate Bawumia at the time saw the school without chairs, gave them desks, he would have continued in that
Yes,
line.
so once he's in government and he's in the power to actually make change, he ensures that the education ministry is addressing that aggressively.
Okay. I see. Okay, Tiche, you have the final word on this for this morning.
Johnny.
We have to go and pick the feed for MPP at 29. So,
Johnny, MPP at 29, but there is nothing for us to write home about.
somebody said you campaigned for MPP in 2016.
No, I am an MPP card-bearing member.
Okay.
I campaigned for the MPP vigorously.
Okay.
But for how long will we continue to sit in this country and give certain people power, and when they are fooling, we cannot tell them that what you're doing is not benefiting the people?
Well, somebody will say they voted for the MPP because they followed your lead.
They voted for the MPP. Was I a magician to know that they were coming to misuse the people's power the way they are doing? Now, before you go, I think we are developing a nation. We need to develop a permanent nation where the next generation will come and enjoy. We cannot continue to sit in the country and it looks like we are building a temporary Ghana. Our roads are temporal, our gutters are temporal, our electricity cables are temporal. Everything we do not think forward. Now, we need a district planning and budgetary unit.
Right.
We need regional planning and coordinating unit and a national planning development commission.
Right.
Okay, backed by law that has the legal temerity to do anything or any plan that they come up with.
So we need to move the commission to an authority.
To an
Give them
authority.
more power to be able to bite.
We need to make it not an advisory body to the presidency,
Okay.
but an independent one.
I hear you. Gentlemen and lady, thank you very much. Felicity Nelson is a key convener of the Fix the Country movement. Yesterday you saw them in action. Afrifa Mensa is also a traditional ruler and also the man you saw with the torn khaki, but he says the khaki was not brought from hometown.